Hey guys, welcome to Bastion Time. I am your host Bastion. This is my quick little review of Ring Fit Adventure. And a little behind the scenes, this is I think the 5th time I've recorded this review, and I'll get into that at the end. But first of all, let's just cut straight to the chase. Is it worth it? Ring Fit Adventure. Yes. Okay, end of video. See you guys next time. Seriously though, yeah, it absolutely is. Unless you're like super duper advanced and you're like a bodybuilder or something, or even, you know, I guess if you're strength training for a sport or something, maybe it's not going to benefit you specifically for the strength training aspects. But for a beginner or novice or even intermediate, I think it's actually pretty gosh darn useful. You know, when I first heard about it, I was like, what is that? Then the more I watched the trailers and whatnot, I was like, you know what? I actually kind of want it, even though I know it's not going to benefit me I'm not the person this is made for, right? I'm already going to the gym an hour a day, every day. Like, I'm not their primary demographic. This is clearly being built for people who don't typically go to the gym and are a little anxious about the whole gym thing and just want to try to get some understanding of strength training basics. That's not really me. I'm a personal trainer, for goodness sake. So for me personally, what I really wanted it for was this next evolution of what I had been using Wii Fit and Wii Fit U for, although I haven't been in years, but that was cardio. It basically is next to impossible, even as a personal trainer, to brainwash myself into doing cardio, because I'm already spending an hour every day at the gym strength training. To spend an additional hour or even a half hour doing cardio, I'm already there. So I'd just rather do that elsewhere. And that's what Wii Fit and Wii Fit U were really useful for, is I could just be at home, I could do it as soon as I wake up, and I could just run in place and follow my me running around these beautiful looking landscapes. So I really thought that's what Ring Fit Adventure was going to do for me. And when the game first came out, I didn't initially buy it because I was a little concerned that maybe that wasn't going to be the case, that maybe it really was strength training based, because the whole point of it is this ring, right? And we'll get to the ring and how Nintendo did not invent that later. But I guess I just was a little worried that it wasn't going to be that useful, especially not for $70. So I did not buy it. However, I did request it as a Christmas present, or made it pretty known that I wanted it as a Christmas present. So lo and behold, I got it for Christmas. And then the moment that I started trying it out, I found out, yeah, that's not even an option. There is no free run option. I thought for sure in the options somewhere there would be some sort of option to just do a free run and not have to encounter monsters. But no, the game really doesn't want to let you do that. Pause. Now, Nintendo Direct came out recently, and Nintendo Direct Mini, which completely changes that, and that's why I'm re-recording this video, is because I had ranted for a good 5 minutes about how that was clearly an obvious thing that Nintendo should have done, but they didn't. Well, they finally, all of these months later, did, so we're good. But rewind back to the way I was thinking when I first got Ring Fit Adventure, I was pretty frustrated. So what I ended up having to do is I don't need it for the strength training stuff. I'm already doing strength training, and for instance, if today I'm doing back and biceps in the gym, which I'm not because, by the way, I'm recording this while COVID-19 is happening and all gyms are closed, but under normal circumstances, today would be my back and bicep day, and if Ring Fit Adventure wants me to start doing triceps, well, I'm probably still sore from triceps yesterday if I did my job properly at the gym. So under no circumstances should I be doing triceps again today. If your muscles are sore, they're still recovering, you should not be working those same muscles out. You can work out different muscles, but not the ones that are sore. But in any case, I was very frustrated that I couldn't just run past the monsters and that I couldn't turn the monsters off. You can get like this double jump ability that will let you bypass almost all monsters, but still not all of them. You still have to encounter bosses, and in any case, I was just very frustrated. So what I ended up doing is I ended up turning the difficulty all the way down to negligible, which basically all that means is fewer reps. The higher the difficulty, the more reps. And so I just wanted to get through these enemies as fast as humanly possible, because the moment I stop to do strength training, the amount of calories that I'm burning plummets dramatically. And the whole point of this for me is to burn as many calories as possible in as short a period of time as possible. So it was very frustrating. I ended up finishing the whole main game that way, and then started the New Game Plus thing, which was really nothing different. It just made enemies stronger, which just means more reps, which is the exact opposite of what I want. But then out of nowhere, like I said, Nintendo put out a Nintendo Direct that remedies this and allows you to do some free run courses. So I'm back to using it again every day. I had done it 80 days straight or something like that. And then once I finished the game, I was like, I'm bored. I don't want to do this anymore. What I was using it for again was to burn calories or create a calorie deficit. So that way, because I love eating, but I also like being lean, and those two things don't go hand in hand very well. But I also need to consume a lot of calories, protein calories, but it's math. But basically, I needed to create a caloric deficit so that even if you're consuming a lot of good calories, they're still calories, and so you can still get fat from them. So basically I needed to create negative calories by cardio, but I ended up deciding, you know what, this is so boring that I don't want to do Ring Fit Adventure anymore, and I also don't want to get fat, so what I need to do is just consume 300 fewer calories, because that's basically what I was burning with Ring Fit Adventure, was about 300 calories a day. So I'll just consume 300 less calories and that evens out. And something that I always tell my clients is that, you know, a lot of people think like, oh, I gotta do so much cardio, and it's like, you know, actually the amount of cardio that you think you need to do, like a half hour's worth, still probably isn't going to cut it if you're going to eat that extra slice of pizza, which is more than 300 calories, and you're probably burning only about 300 calories. So it's much easier to just not eat that extra slice of pizza, and then you don't have to do that cardio. It's math. But anyways, I'm going on a tangent. I'm going into personal. Can you tell that I'm angsty is not the right word, anxious about not being able to train clients during this whole COVID-19 thing. Anyway, my point is, Ring Fit Adventure is actually useful even for me. And I don't mean to sound cocky or whatever, but you know, like I got it thinking, oh, this isn't really for me, but you know, I'm gonna get it anyway because I'm a Nintendo fan. And it turns out it's even useful for me. So I fully recommend it. I do have issues with it, so let's get into those. And really, the issues that I have for it are all basically exactly the same, which is that my first issue with it is that it can never be a proper strength training. You're going to level out of it, because the stronger you get, the more this becomes useless. If you can squeeze it all the way to the close, you can't add any more resistance. That's the extent. So this is useless. If I could somehow strap like 3 of these together and try to squeeze them all, that might be something. But so Nintendo did not invent the ring, by the way. As I was mentioning earlier, the Fit Ring has been around for decades. All Nintendo came up with is, hey, what if we strap one of our Joy-Cons in here, and then the ring can be incorporated into the game with gyro sensors and accelerometers, and then we'll know exactly what's happening with the ring in real time. Very clever, Nintendo. I like that. So basically, the ring is great for beginners, but you can level out of it pretty fast. So there's that. The other issue I have with it is typical Nintendo fashion, they love to hold your hand every step of the way. It drives me nuts. It frankly made me so annoyed that some days I would just be like, I don't want to do this at all. It makes me so annoyed because every day the game resets in what it thinks you know. So it wants to reteach you all of the exact same things that you learned yesterday, including the victory pose. Once you reach the end of a stage, you have to do this victory pose thing where you squat and then you raise the ring above your head. And it pretends like you've never done this before, even if you've done it 12 times every day for 80 days. 81st day? You don't know how to do that. Here, let's pause and let you stop burning calories so that I can slowly explain to you how to do the victory pose that you've done hundreds of times. It's maddening. It literally drove me nuts. Okay, maybe not literally. The other thing that also infuriated me is There's no way to turn the HUD off, so constantly that tip character who's supposed to teach you how to do the exercises is always there, and the ring is always telling you like, oh, remember, if you push on me, it will cause things, tough puff of air to shoot out and break blocks, or if you pull on me, that will vacuum things up. Yeah, I know, I've done this for 80 days now. I know how to do this. The thing that really drove me crazy is as the days go on, it's like, oh, so are these exercises getting too easy for you? Which I logically understand why they programmed it this way. Obviously, by day 20, your difficulty level should probably be increased, right? So especially when I had it set to like a 2, of course, logically, by day 20, I should have had it set up to like 10, but I don't want it to because that's not what I'm using it for. I'm already spending an hour every day in the gym. This is of no use to me, Nintendo. I'm so sorry. So, I think every 4th or 5th day or something like that, it would say, it will ask you like, oh, is the difficulty too difficult or too easy, or do you want to leave it the same? I want to leave it the same. Oh, okay. And then after 4 or 5 times of it asking you this, it will say, oh, and by the way, is it annoying when I ask that? And the only 2 options are a little bit or not at all. Excuse me, Nintendo, where is the, yes, it's really annoying and I would like to turn it off, please. In fact, I would like to turn all helpful suggestions off. I would like to completely deactivate the ring's voice altogether. Can I do that? No? Yeah, you can turn the ring's voice volume down, but it still stops the game and interrupts you every time it wants to tell you things. And I wanted an option to be like, yes, it's really effing annoying. Please stop asking me that question. Please turn off. I'm never ever going to change the difficulty setting ever unless I suddenly choose to. I don't need you asking me to do it. So, anyways, I'm babbling. I do highly recommend Ring Fit Adventure. It just drives me nuts that Nintendo never ever learns that we want an option to turn off their hand holding. And thank goodness they finally put in the free run. I forgot what they call it. You have to go into like quick games or something like that. It's some weird place. It should just be called free run. But I'm glad that they put it in because now I'm back to using Ring Fit Adventure every day again. So thank you, Nintendo. Anyways, that's it for this episode. I think my channel, this is the last regular video, which is kind of funny saying that because before this, I think I had like 6 videos about me complaining about gym stuff. So this was a new episode of the old style. I don't anticipate doing much more of this except when we get Breath of the Wild 2 infos, not rumors. Rumors are dumb. Rumors usually don't pan out. But once we get actual official details from Nintendo about Breath of the Wild 2, I will happily make a video then, or even Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages 3D remakes. I'll happily make videos about those. Basically Zelda stuff. I'll be making videos, but apart from that, I'm migrating away from the video game stuff to talk about other things that I've actually never talked about on this channel. So stay tuned for that. I might lose a lot of subscribers. But anyways, like I said, this is about the 5th time that I've made this video. And once I had to redo it because Nintendo put out that Nintendo Direct Mini. The other times is I was having audio issues. I have this lapel microphone that used to be amazing and used to work perfectly, and for whatever reason, it doesn't work anymore. I think maybe the mic itself got damaged or something. I don't know, but it has not been working, and I've recorded this video 4 other times and the audio has been terrible, so I'm just using the audio on my phone, which sounds better than the lapel microphone, so we'll see how that goes for a while. But yeah, it might come to a point where I might have to start fundraising for a new lapel microphone or something. So anyway, stay tuned for that. See you guys, I think tomorrow for story time. So yeah, see you guys.